Kia ora guys, good evening, welcome back to the Black Jersey. It's your boy Max once again hosting the channel, and here's our second lockdown video, which is going to be a player analysis on Rieko Ioane, who was probably one of the players with the most interesting All Black careers so far. This man debuted at the age of 19 in 2016 against Italy, and in 2017 and 2018 he was a nominee for World Rugby Player of the Year. A lot of people seem to have the impression that Rieko peaked a bit early, and I think that's just because he came in and gave them such wild expectations as to how his future was going to go, and to be fair, I was probably one of those people. So let's get into it, guys. So these guys here are going to be my co-hosts today. So what do you think Rieko did? So this Kiwi over here is telling me that something amazing Rieko did was in 2017 when he became a regular starter for the All Blacks pretty much instantly. In his third test, it was his first ever start, and in that game the opposition were the British and Irish Lions. What are you saying, mate? So this Kiwi here's telling me that Rieko got 2 tries in the second half of that game. They were just absolutely fantastic tries, as you can see, and he had a mammoth of a game. He continued that form all across 2017 and 2018, but 2019, things did take a bit of a dip for Rieko Ioane. Now, it actually turns out that in 2019, Rieko had a leg injury to his calf. So because of this calf injury, yes, he could still play rugby. He just couldn't play to his full potential because it was hampering his pace, and obviously as a winger, yeah, you do need a fair bit of pace, and it's just something that goes without saying in general. And George Bridge, because of this, replaced Rieko as the first choice left wing, whereas Sevu Reece came into the 14 jersey for Ben Smith, who was unfortunately past his best at that stage. Rieko didn't really get another look into the 11 jersey, so he didn't really have much participation in the 2019 Rugby World Cup. Because of this dip in form and a lot of frustration from the fans, Rieko did a bit of analysis and decided it was time to make a bit of a conversion to the midfield. So in high school, what Rieko did is he played centre, but in 2017 the Blues made him into a bit of a winger, and he was just excelling at it. So why can't you do the same at international level when he's just having such a rich stream of form coming down onto his opposition? Rieko was just playing so brilliantly, and after that dip, he was like, look, I know my predecessors haven't had a lot of longevity in the number 11 jersey. He'd seen the likes of Lomu, Julian, Savia, Doug, Howlett, Waisaki Naholo not really have very long spells on the wing, because when you're a New Zealander, wing is just one of the positions that's not going to give you a lot of career longevity. Rieko's a very intelligent player, and that's what allows him to see all these gaps on the field. Because he's so intelligent on the field, he's obviously quite intelligent off the field as well, so he would have done a bit of research into this stuff. 2020, yeah, that was a mixed year for Rieko Ioane, I think, but look, he became a regular starter for the Blues in that jersey, so what more can you ask for? The 2020 international season did come rather late because of the pandemic that's happening right now, and in the first game of 2020 for the All Blacks, Rieko started the test in the number 13 jersey for the first time. I was very lucky to be at that game, and in the first half he was getting his hands on the ball quite a lot. He did unfortunately make a couple mistakes in that game, and he did end up putting a foot in touch while sorting out a try for Geordie Barrett. Later in the game, it was finishing the first half, and he ended up dropping the ball in the goal area. A lot of fans were rather disrespectful to Rieko after that, and you can't really go around calling someone names, stuff like that. Cool, he had a bad performance, that's the end of it. I'm not going to criticize a player's personal life ever on this channel, that's the end of that. I think the end result of 2020 was Rieko Ioane, after a bit of a fall from grace and having a massive surge of form with all this fame at a young age, became a lot more humble because he now knew the highs and lows of a professional athlete at a very young age. In 2021 he's shown a lot of humility, and he even ended up captaining the Blues for one of their games this year, even though that game wasn't a very good one for him. This year, he's ended up getting quite a bit of time in both the wing and centre position for the All Blacks, and this brings me to all of his statistics for 2021, because it's obviously very important to discuss what's Rieko Ioane playing like now after all this background story I've told you. So I'll bring up all of his stats for 2021 in the black jersey, and I'll also tell you quite a few of his Blues stats just to give context on Fozzie's selection of Rieko at wing and centre this year. So his stats for 2021 are as follows in the black jersey. So in 2021, Rieko Ioane has scored 3 tries for the All Blacks. This brings his career tally to 29 tries, which makes him one of the highest try scorers of all time at only 24 years old. In the black jersey, Rico's also made 35 passes, including 8 offloads and 9 try assists. Rico's also run a grand total of 316 metres off 39 runs, which means as an All Black this year, he's been averaging 8.1 metres per carry. That's just massive. 8.1 metres per carry. I wouldn't even make a single metre if I was out on that field. Yet look at Rieko, what a fantastic statistic. Rieko Ioane's also beaten 7 defenders this year and made 7 clean breaks, while he's made all 100% of his 18 tackles. However, he has conceded 3 turnovers and 1 penalty, but on the brighter side of his defence, he has indeed won 2 turnovers, which is something you really don't see an outside centre at 13 doing at all. So what I'm getting from these stats is that Rico's developed far more of an all-round game by returning to the position he played at high school, and so now he's become very comfortable playing both 11 and 13. Now for his Blues stats, he also scored 3 tries for the Blues this year. While for the Blues he made 545 metres off 93 runs, so that was an average of 5.9 metres per carry. That's definitely not as high as his average carrying for the All Blacks, but it's still pretty freaking good, isn't it, guys? He also beat 29 defenders for the Blues, made 10 clean breaks, 83 passes which included 19 try assists. Rico's tackling percentage and defence for the Blues were also very good this year. He made a grand total of 87 tackles, and his percentage for his tackling was 81%, as you can see right over here on the screen. And it's just phenomenal defence as well. He made 4 turnovers for the Blues. As I was saying before, you do not see a lot of centres making turnovers at all. On the bad side of things, though, he did concede 16 turnovers and 5 penalties. I don't believe he's ever received a card in his career, though, so let's just pull up an article to make sure I'm correct. Anyway, so based on these stats, Rieko is having some of his best rugby since 2018. His metres run are so high, he just isn't scoring all those tries like how he used to, because he's obviously learned to be a bit more of a distributor, even though every now and again he will score a try for the highlight reel, as any back would do. He's also playing massive minutes in the Foster era. Ian Foster, as I discussed in the previous video, became the All Blacks head coach last year, and he's been playing Rieko quite a lot. And his amount of minutes are quite important, because this is going to tell us what his career is going to be like going forward alongside these other stats from in the games. So what we're going to do with Rieko Ioane's minutes is we're going to look at the All Blacks depth chart, and at the end of this year I'm going to make a video about our depth chart going into 2023 to see how we're shaping up 2 years out of a World Cup. But today we'll focus on Rieko and the fact that he's played 197 minutes at the left wing, so he's behind George Bridge and Caleb Clark for most minutes played over there. He's then played a huge amount of minutes at outside centre, 330 metres there, and he's obviously second in that category after Anton Leonard-Brown, who has played the most minutes in the 13 jersey. Rieko also played 46 minutes at right wing off the bench last year across quite a few games, so on the right wing he's had the most minutes after Will Jordan, Sevu Reece and Jordie Barrett, who has had the most so far. Now for all of you who are not the best at maths, we've played 11 tests under Ian Foster, so because of that, that comes to a total of 880 minutes. Rieko has played in 573 minutes out of those 880, so at the end of the day, he's played a grand total of 65% of the minutes Ian Foster's coached the All Blacks for. So that's shaping really well for Rieko. Because his time on the field has been spread quite evenly across 11 and 13 13, as well as just a bit here and there at 14. I do believe Fozzie's going to go forward with Rieko Ioane coming off the bench quite regularly from jersey 23. I think Fozzie knows that actually we got it wrong under Shag in 2019 when we didn't have the most experienced bench. So what Fozzie's trying to do is he's trying to get Beauden Barrett and Rieko Ioane off the bench a bit more, so that way we've got some good experienced players there in the last 20 minutes to close things out, which we didn't really have in 2019 with the likes of Geordie Barrett and Angus Tarvell coming off the bench. It is quite a big thing those last 20 minutes, so if you can have an experienced player at 13 or 11 for those last 20 minutes, that's going to be really crucial for the All Blacks going forward. And just because Rico's been spread through those two jerseys, that's why I think he's going to be there going forward. Okay guys, I think that's it for the video, so make sure to go down to the Instagram, give us a follow there. We've also got a Discord server for you to join, a Patreon for you to check out. Rico's just had an amazing year, and to cap it all off, he's even giving jerseys away to fans. So guys, be like this fan over here who got a jersey from Rico, subscribe to us here on YouTube, turn on that notification bell, and like the video so you can always see new content. I'm so thankful for all the support over lockdown. I hope New Zealand's out soon, and I hope you guys tune into the next video. I'll see you later, okay guys? Kia ora.